Ask yourself the damn question. Is winning the only thing to you?
Sports today are not just played on the field. They're played every day, online, all over the world, by sports fans just like you.
Don't you dare breathe. That won't get you anywhere. If you don't think you're a winner, you don't belong here.
The Star Fantasy League Show puts you in control of your own team. Find out who to sit, who to start, how to play, and have your daily fantasy sports questions answered with your host, Jonathan Sprung, and co-host SFL CEO Zach Stanley and Nick Steblenko. The Star Fantasy League Show is on the air now.
Hello and welcome to the Star Fantasy League Show here on 105.5 The Team in Rochester. I am your host, Jonathan Sprung, joined, as always, by Teddy Bear 2 himself, Nick Steblenko.
Jonathan, we're heading into a very interesting weekend in Rochester because the sun is out, and it actually looks like we're going to have a good time this weekend.
Okay, you do realize in saying that you have now jinxed all of the lovely Rochesterians into a weekend filled with rain and overcast skies.
That better not be, because I'm going to be out on Canandaigua Lake, so if it really does get overcast, I'm going to be pissed.
Listeners, if you'd like to see Nick, he'll apparently be somewhere on Canandaigua Lake wearing Star Fantasy League's gear.
Don't come find me, I'll find you.
That's not true at all. Also joining us for potentially the last time in a while, our closer, Jason Gridger.
Back, third day in a row, close out the show. Iced up my arm last night, ready to go.
Yeah, that's kind of the way we got to do things, right? I mean, if you have a closer that goes 3 days in a row, you got to cut things right there.
We got to shut him down for a while. You're going on the 60-day deal. I'm sorry. You are done. Ooh. You got a few months off.
Ouch.
Unpaid too. We're not keeping you on.
That's
sorry.
rough.
Yeah,
I didn't want to be the bearer of bad news, but you're kind of done.
That's
sorry.
probably like the worst skipper move you could have made right there.
You
just completely slammed him down.
I'm getting Tommy John surgery, actually.
I don't think you'll be back in 60 days for that.
Like half of the starting pitchers in the big leagues this year.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's an epidemic. It's unbelievable.
All the young guns are like, let's just all go get surgery together. We can hang out, have some pool parties.
Are you sure it's not just a cramp? Because we might be able to work you through that.
I don't think my arm can cramp.
No?
I do.
You sure you're not just cramping up in the hammy?
I do enjoy that you managed to get a cramping reference into the open of the Star Fantasy League show.
So
because,
easy.
Come on now.
It's so easy right now.
We are going to talk about Crampgate 2014 in John's mailbag because, come on, we might spend the entire segment talking about.
You could easily fill up an hour worth of that stuff. I mean, you could fill up a full day of that.
We are not going to spend the full day on the Star Fantasy League show because we have to be accountable for our fantasy actions for baseball. We have to build an MLB lineup for today, and we also have to break down Saturday on StarFantasyLeagues.com for MLB. We got a lot to talk about today, so let's stop screwing around. How about
can we skip the accountability portion? Is that possible?
No. For the third straight day, I destroyed Nick by a lot. I have been putting up really big numbers. It might be a fluke. I'm not really sure.
I have nothing to say. I can't say anything. I've officially gotten beaten 3 days in a row, and it is what it is. So I'm just going to come back out tonight and lay the smackdown.
Stop the bleeding.
Give me compliments. Rain them down upon me, Nick.
Your luck is amazing.
Thank you.
Is that a good compliment?
You are so kind. All right, let's be accountable. I'll start first since I destroyed the accountability section of this. Paul Goldschmidt, play of the day, 8 points. That was pretty kind of pedestrian for him because everybody else's team had 14. So, oops. Michael Wacha, every single pitcher yesterday was a complete flop. I think the most points was from a reliever, actually. Jason, you pointed that out?
I did point that out, yeah. I think the top starting pitcher had like 3.85.
Yes, it was either Ventura or Peralta.
It was Ventura.
Was it?
Barely.
Peralta had like 3.6, right? Okay, so the pick was literally, it didn't matter.
See, that it was one of those days where if you took that strategy of two closers, could have been better off.
All right, my stack of the day, I claimed it was Arizona, and then I switched it to the Brewers. The Brewers' top three guys had 30 points combined. Lucroy, Braun, and Gomez combined for 30. The Arizona guys combined for more than that. Insane. And then my value play, which Jason hated on, was John Singleton, 3.75. Apparently he stole a base. I didn't see that.
He did. Big guy.
Yeah, big guy just lumbering for stolen bases.
He scored too, right? He scored on a suicide squeeze.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Look at him.
Pretty nice.
What a great pro. No, not really.
What a
Good
guy.
for him.
All right, be accountable, Nick. You got to say when you do well and when you do poorly.
All right, so, I figured this would happen, but I would take Nelson Cruz on the one night that he gets 3 strikeouts. So he had minus 2.25.
Yeah, Jason, didn't you say Singleton was going to get 3 strikeouts and nothing else?
No, that was
that was Nick. Oh, you got that wrong, too.
I also had Michael Wacha. So no news there.
Fine.
My Angels stack, I had Pujols, Hamilton, and Trout in there, and if it wasn't for Trout, I'm pretty sure the entire thing would have been terrible. Between the three of them, they had 7.25 and an 8-5 loss to Houston. Although if Pujols had just gotten some wood on the bat, he had the last at-bat, and he popped it up to end the game. He had runners on second and third. Heartbreaking, Albert.
That is
supposed to be a machine.
All right, you know what the best part about daily fantasy sports is? You may have done horribly yesterday, but today is a brand new day. We're going to break down my lineup, and we're going to see if I can continue my 3-game winning streak. You ready?
All right,
let's do it.
Let's do this.
Time for your Star Fantasy Leagues MLB Fantasy Lineup Breakdown.
All right, it is that time for me to break down my lineup on StarFantasyLeagues.com for Friday. There's a large slate. I think it's 13 games we got going on today.
I think you skipped over my accountability.
But, no, you didn't pick people yesterday. Oh, you've been on 3 days in a row now. Wow, I completely forgot. I usually just assume you're only here for one day. Be accountable. Go ahead.
Because my 3 guys beat your guys' 3 guys.
Did they really?
Yeah.
But did you beat me?
I did.
What? Did you beat me yesterday? No, you didn't. How dare you, you punk.
How did you not know?
No, I had Tulo, which he had like 12 points. Yeah. DeGrom, which had like 0.5 more than Waka.
Oh, yeah. Big
and
numbers.
My big boy, Chris Owings, went off for like 18 points.
Yeah, I had him, Para, and Goldschmidt the other day. They went for all of the points in the world.
Yeah, you listened to me.
And Montero.
You took my value pick, and then you beat me with him.
Okay, fine.
That's how it went down.
And then he skipped you for accountability because he didn't want anyone knowing that.
Well,
yeah, I did that. That was the reason I did it.
That's what you get to do when you're the host of the show.
Yeah, it wasn't just me confused and screwing up because it's Friday and I want to go home. No, whatever. That's that thing. All right. Let's get to my lineup. I went all over the place. I liked so many stacks, again, that I didn't go really stack heavy. I kind of just went 2-2-2. So we'll start it out with my New York Yankees section of my stack, which was Brian McCann at catcher. And I also had Jacoby Ellsbury, who I absolutely love.
I mean, with Guthrie on the mound, you should have a good shot at a number of runs. So, I mean, I like that. I think you could definitely put a few more in there. I like Solarte.
Yeah, the funny thing is I had Solarte, and then I ended up going with actually, you know what? This leads right into it. I have Adam Lind and Juan Francisco for Toronto. I think Toronto is probably one of the better plays of the day.
Yeah, Ellsbury was my play of the day yesterday, so you got him in there.
And Lind is my play of the day.
I said to stack the Blue Jays, so you're listening.
Oh,
again.
Okay, anything that Jason apparently says on the Star Fantasy
I told you,
show.
You got to stop feeding him this stuff, okay?
I'm just going to tell you secrets.
Yes,
Hold
exactly.
And we'll see if that works.
Hold on. Do I not have the same thing written on my rundown sheet to stack the Blue Jays lefties? Oh, look, it's right there.
You know, your offices are right next to each other. Have you ever looked for any peepholes? There could be some foul
Why would
play.
I need peepholes?
Are there foul play? Is there foul play afoot here?
The walls at the Star Fantasy League studios are so thin I can actually hear Jason mumbling to himself during the day.
That's what he's doing. Yeah. You must be talking on the phone.
I don't think he talks on the phone.
Maybe he does.
You're making
Maybe
stuff
he
up.
has a guy.
All right, so you guys don't hate either my Yankees or my Blue Jays players.
No,
Let me move on down, see if you hate any of these guys, because I got some weird players in here. I only have one Boston Red Sox, and it's Xander Bogaerts.
I mean, he's on
I
fire.
love him so much.
He's on fire right now, and it's really great for that organization. Obviously, he's been doing great things the past month, and it's a good play.
And Drew Smiley is not good against righties, which excites me because Xander Bogaerts is destroying lefties this season so far.
Good pick.
411 WOBA, baby. That's a big number.
That's solid. All good. Who else you got?
Wait, why are you not hating yet? This is okay. Now that
what do you think I'm going to hang on or hate on Bogaerts?
Obviously not.
Bogaerts.
Okay, my ego is getting so large. I just assume that you're going to love every single one of these picks now. That's weird, right?
Oh no! Please go ahead. Move forward with that.
Alrighty, I have. Let's see where I got here. I got 2 LA Dodgers in, the big boys, because their matchup is absolutely delightful.
Can you ever take anybody that I'm not taking, or not take people that I'm taking? You know what I mean.
Was that English? Did you just speak English?
I think a lot of people are going to be on the Dodgers tonight. I do not have any Dodgers in my lineup.
Really?
Surprisingly.
Yeah,
I went full on.
Yeah, I went with the 2 big bats. I went with Puig and Gonzalez.
I think that's going to be the majority play tonight.
Yeah,
but
I mean, you kind of have to go with it. We talk about some of these pitchers, and it's just I'm okay with it regardless. It's, again, Colorado. It's a rookie making his first start in the majors. This can't end well for Colorado.
That's not true. What do you mean? Of course it could.
Okay, when you make your debut.
What if you made an infamous debut? Okay. What if it was an unbelievable debut?
I'd love to see the stats on a rookie pitcher making his debut in Coors Field against a very potent offense.
The Dodgers haven't been scoring that many runs.
That's true.
Late.
Recently, they haven't been, yeah.
And they might not have a lot of footage on him, film to go off of, so it's not out of the question. He could pitch a good game.
Well, and the other thing is how far out is a skipper really looking at footage of a pitcher like that? I mean, you just kind of trot him out there.
He doesn't even know. They probably just said he was the starter 2 days ago. They're like, oh, this guy.
That's what I mean. So, cool. I mean, trotting out a rookie against a lineup like this, you gotta kind of say, hey, you know what? I think I have the bats to take on a rookie.
Yep. All right. My last offensive guy is actually from this same game. I've mentioned him as my value pick a bunch of times. But actually, no, I have 2 guys left. Sorry. They're both value picks, though. I got Corey Dickerson. Come on, Colorado outfielder. He's probably one of the best values on that team.
We've been riding that train.
I warned you.
What?
He might not be playing today.
No? I haven't seen a roster. Remember, we have 2 hours until roster's locked. Make sure before you lock that in that he is in the starting lineup. But again, we have late swaps on StarFantasyLeagues.com as well. So if it gets to 8 o'clock and the game's at 8:45, you can still swap him out for another player in that lineup who will probably be Drew Stubbs around the same price.
Right. I think it'd probably be Stubbs. He did play last night against a righty. Ryu's on the mound. He's a lefty, so I think Dickerson could be sitting tonight.
Okay. Well, you know what? We have plenty of time. I make this lineup. And my last guy, again, somebody I might not end up playing at the end of the night, is Ricky Weeks. Because when he does play, he's worth the money. He has been worth the money.
I'm waiting for him to show up and just strike out a couple of times at the plate.
Okay. Why do you have to be vindictive against Ricky Weeks? What are you doing?
Because you're trotting around here with your big head and all, and I got to bash you somehow.
All right, fine. I get to my pitchers. You can bash me for this. I have Ruby in. You can't bash Ruby. He's super. You got Ruby too?
What am I supposed to do here? What am I supposed to do? Can I even pick anybody now? He's got everybody.
I got Ruby De La Rosa, who we affectionately called Rubby for the first week.
My Rubby Bubby.
No idea. I also have Dallas Keuchel. I'm not pronouncing the way that you claimed his name was, Jason.
It's Keuchel. Okay, I looked it up today.
It's like Michelle except Keuchel.
No, Keuchel.
Awful. And my last one is my value pitcher of the night, Matt Cain.
All right. I think I have something to work with on that.
Excuse me. Ooh?
You got no big boys in there.
No, I don't.
Interesting.
Oh, Keuchel's kind of big boy. I'm not going. Okay, I'm not spending $22,000 for either Cueto or whoever the heck else is $20,000 today. Thank you. Yeah, I knew somebody was $20,000.
I've got him in.
You have both of them?
I just have Darvish.
Yeah, but Darvish is the man right now. I mean, he controls the entire game. So if you're going to throw $20,000 down on him, I think he could still make value.
My whole thing that I've been doing, my strategy that I've been getting all these home runs is just going for the bats I think are going to hit home runs and then taking the money I have left over and spending it on pitchers.
True.
It's honestly been working. It's a strategy I've been employing for, the last 3 days. So until it stops working, I'm going to keep searching for these home runs.
Until you stop stealing all of my plays, you mean? Is that what you're going to do?
Oh, my God. What are you doing? I'm not stealing anything. And coming after the break, you're not stealing the thunder of John L's mailbag. I'm just not going to let you do it. John L's mailbag is my segment. It's coming up. And you're listening to the Star Fantasy League Show on 105.5 The Team.
The Star Fantasy League Show. Information is key to being a successful fantasy team owner, and the guys have all the updated info you need right now. Okay, fantasy sports fans.
There's a letter in your mailbox.
Time to dig into Jonald's mailbag for your questions and comments.
Read the mail, read the mail, read the mail.
Jump in the game. Send your questions and comments to the Star Fantasy League's team by tweeting at SFL Show.
That is right. If you want to get in on Jonald's mailbag, all you got to do is tweet us at SFL Show. Ask us some fantasy questions. Ask us some general sports questions. We don't care. We'll read it.
Yeah, I don't know how many questions made it through the mailbag today, considering there's really only one thing everybody wants to talk about.
Well, it's not called Jonald's mailbag today. It's actually called, we said it in the opening of the show, it's called Crampgate 2014.
Crampgate.
It happens once a month, apparently not if you're LeBron James.
It happens once a month when it gets a little warm.
Yeah, poor LeBron James. Oh, wait, no, not poor LeBron James. Screw him. Terrible.
Isn't he a supporter of Gatorade?
No, did you see that? You could go off about the memes, man. There's so many tweets out there that are just classics.
All right, you know what?
Let's
not waste any time. Let's just jump right into it. First question is from Leo R. Surprisingly, it's about him.
Leo got through.
Here we go. LeBron James cramping and broken air conditioners overshadowed an impressive San Antonio Spurs win in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. What should be the real story?
The real story should be that the Spurs came out hot in the fourth quarter and they played a fantastic end to this game.
Okay, what was hotter? The temperature inside this arena, I don't even know, the Alamo, who the hell knows what it's called, or the San Antonio Spurs?
Or Danny Green's right hand.
I don't think you can say they came out hot and did well because they turned the ball over, 23 times.
In the fourth quarter?
No, in the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter is where they shored everything up.
Right.
Yes, they did. And
early in the game, it was awful.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
that was they came out. They said we need to cut down on turnovers. That's the entire story. And then what did they do? They cut down on turnovers because that's what a good team does. They correct their mistakes.
They didn't miss a shot.
Well, Danny Green came on at the right time. That's what they had in the last year's finals. This is the team. This is the team that we're going to see. I want to see more people talking about their play, but we have a perfect timing for something like this, right?
I wish I had the ability to drop in clips from yesterday's show because I do believe we did say that anybody could win the MVP for San Antonio in this series, and showing off of Game 1, anybody could win the MVP on this team.
Absolutely. I mean, Tim Duncan had 20 and 10.
Manu had 11 assists.
Yep,
I mean, they were all – and Tony Parker thankfully played a healthy, fine game for him.
Yep, Kawhi Leonard was getting in there every now and then. I mean, it is a complete team.
The Alamo Dome.
Is it called? I don't think it's called the Alamo Dome anymore.
I don't know
hope
what it's
it is.
called. I wish it was.
You know that place is actually huge, and they like curtain off half of it.
Really?
Yeah, because my aunt went there for a game. She's like, yeah, half this place is curtained off. It's like gigantic.
Is that why the AC broke?
Yeah.
It was only working in that half of the arena.
I got to say, I was actually also really proud of the Spurs players after the game. Every interview they did, people tried to get them to say something about the temperature in the building, and they said, well, we were dealing with it too.
Yeah, Tim Duncan was like, yeah, it was awful. It was ridiculous.
Both teams are playing on that same exact court, and one team was more well-conditioned for it, I guess. I don't know, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah, good on the NBA for Rod Thorne. I don't know if it was a statement or he got interviewed or something like that. Yeah, he said things happen in live sporting events. Sometimes things happen. It was the same for both teams. Both teams are playing under the same exact conditions.
That's the way it is.
Exactly true. Like, one team can't go, oh, well, they didn't have the right conditions. Guess what? Neither team did.
Nope.
Yeah. And I guess we'll see how Game 2 goes because Miami's 12-0 following a loss.
Oh, here we go. More of this, really?
In the last 12 games.
Okay, you can't complain about stats because didn't you say the thing about San Antonio winning every Game 1?
No, that was him.
Was that you?
Yeah.
No,
we don't want to talk about it.
I want this one to be completely wrong.
It could be.
I hope it is. Keep that AC off.
Yeah, really. I mean, I've seen so many good things about, like, make sure it's accidentally broken for Game 2, too. Like, that'd be really funny.
I mean, some of the stuff that we've been reading all day long has just been absolutely classic. And I believe the Gatorade thing that we're referring to, I don't think he is. Is he a
Powerade?
Or he does Powerade?
He's a spokesman.
Okay.
That's why Gatorade went out and made fun of him.
Yeah, somebody tweeted to Gatorade asking why one of their clients was failing under the heat, and Gatorade responded that the man that was cramping up was not one of their clients. They said the person that was cramping was not a client of theirs. So, ultimate slam to Gatorade on that one.
I feel like that might be the perfect spot to move on from because, come on, it's Gatorade. That's really funny.
That was hilarious.
Good on you, Gatorade Twitter intern, whoever the heck's running that account. All right, moving on. Adam H. writes, the NFL Draft is looking to take the show on the road in 2015, moving away from their home at Radio City Music Hall. Should the NFL Draft be the 3-day spectacle it currently is, or should they take a more subtle approach?
I've also heard they're talking about 4 days.
Yeah, that's why I saw that at the end of the article. What is going on? It's the most boring sporting event I've ever. NBA Draft is fun because it's 1 day. It's kind of quick. There's not that much time in between picks. The NFL Draft is just absurd.
Yeah, the first round is just too long. Does each team have 10 minutes?
No, this year I think they had. I want to say they had 5. I
thought it was 10.
Oh, no. So I think it used to be 15 minutes, and then they went down to 10 minutes.
Well, regardless, it's overblown, overshown. It's really
a show for the kids. It's not for anything else.
I mean, the one thing I would say is I think this has to go back to what Mark Cuban had to say about the NFL, in that they're kind of oversaturating themselves. They're spreading themselves out a little bit too much. I don't know that it would be good for their business just because I'm not sure how many people would want to watch that many rounds. I mean, how many people actually watch rounds 4 through 7 or even 3 through 7 for that matter?
I just followed it on Twitter from the Pittsburgh Steelers official account. I just care who we get.
The only players that you're going to know are in the first couple rounds. Maybe you're going to go into the third round. And then for any junkies, that's who watch the 4th through the 7th round. So why would you extend it another day? I just don't think you're going to get the mainstream public. I don't think you're going to get the masses to follow it.
Well, the whole thing
with
moving it around, it just makes no sense. It's not like a destination thing. If it's in New York City, cool, spend the weekend in New York City. But are you going to go to Chicago for the weekend to go watch the NFL Draft? The rabid fans in New York City are probably the most fun part of the first round.
Well, you can't deny that no matter where the NFL draft is, it's still going to bring in business.
Yeah, but I'm saying will it bring in traveling business as much as it's not like a city like New York would?
If it was going to L.A., I could see that happening. New York, fine. Miami, even maybe a little bit, but no. I wouldn't say Chicago.
Like, is this on your bucket list of sporting events you're actually interested in ever attending?
No.
Yeah, like I couldn't imagine doing this.
They had to push it back a week this year,
Yep.
right? Because the idiots in the NFL didn't schedule it soon enough, and there was a conflict. There was some play or
something was happening at Radio. Well,
Just
Radio City
stupid.
Music Hall is one of the most famous arenas, or not arena, but like
It's
place.
one of the most famous venues.
It is.
Like the NFL knows that they're going to be there every year on this date. You'd think that they would advance.
Well, that's why they're not allowed to do it. That's why they're talking about moving it because there's a conflict again.
Oh my!
That's the whole reason they're moving away.
Come
They said,
on.
I mean, it's not like it would be a total disaster. It's not like I don't think it would hinder the event itself, but I don't know that it's going to do that much better.
Yeah, honestly, I can't believe we spent this much time talking about it. It's just like the NFL draft, other than the first hour, bores the crap out of me every year.
It's ESPN; they have to make their money.
Mel Kiper.
Just talk, commercial.
Hey, don't knock Todd. Todd's a cool guy.
I'll knock more Mel Kiper.
McShay's
Whatever.
cool. You're cool, McShay.
He's not
Shout out
listening.
to McShay. I know you're listening in Rochester.
If you're listening, Todd McShay, tweet us at SFL Show. Please let us know what you think. Actually, don't do that. All right, Juliet D writes, John Calipari inked a 7-year, $52.5 million deal that will pay him more than most NBA head coaches. Will this finally put the rumors to bed of Cal coaching in the NBA again?
Doesn't it have to?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
These conversations. Okay, the first second that Mike D'Antoni got fired, there were like 8 reports that said, yeah, he's going to the Lakers, obviously. And then, no, it didn't happen. It will happen regardless.
I mean, I don't know. Okay, if I had to put myself in his shoes, you're making a heck of a lot of money to stay in a program that you have found success in. You've found some sort of formula that works.
Well, it's because he hasn't gotten sanctioned yet. I guarantee the second he gets sanctioned at Kentucky, he moves on again. Because he's done it at UMass. He had wins vacated because Marcus can't be. And at Memphis, he had an entire season vacated because of some academic fudging a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't think if Kentucky gets slammed with some sanctions that he's, like, bolting to the NBA immediately?
I don't know about the NBA, but I think he likes coaching in college because he can
actually, the players will listen to him.
Yeah, mold these guys, even though they all leave after the first year with him.
I think he's made a baby NBA factory. That's all it is. It's like that's why he gets all these top recruits. It's like, oh, if you go to Kentucky, you get to play with other NBA guys, and you play 1 year, you all go to the NBA, get selected in the first round, and you all make a ton of money.
Yeah, I think that's why he got such a big contract is because he just the draw for Kentucky. I mean,
here's my question. This is a stupid question. Can a Kentucky Wildcats team filled with just freshmen beat the worst NBA team?
No. That's a question that gets asked so many times.
No, go back a few years ago when they had the five kids that got drafted in the first round, including Anthony Davis, and I literally forget the rest of the team. And they also had a team with Wall and Cousins on it.
That's not going to be the case.
You don't think they could have beat the Lakers this year?
You think they could have beaten the Lakers? You think they could have beaten a team that has
Pau
Gasol and Chris Kaman, who are towering over most of the freshmen on that team?
Anthony Davis was on that team 2 years ago.
Okay, Anthony Davis is one player out of those 5. You even said you couldn't even name the other starting 4.
God, I wish I could because they're actually really good.
They might be a good team, but this discussion comes up so much in sports talk, and there is no comparison between a college team and an NBA team. You're talking about the top 1% of the top 1% that play in the NBA. All of these guys at one point were NBA-ready players in college. If you're going to take 5 freshmen who are 19 years old and put them up against experienced NBA veterans, they are not going to win. It's just not going to happen.
Fine.
Blow up. It would be a blowout. It would be a massive
whatever.
blowout.
Jeez.
All right, we got to make it happen one of these days.
Yeah. It'll be really
charity.
fun to watch.
For the kids.
For the kids. It's for the kids.
For LeBron's charity of choice. All right, we're going to move on to this last question quickly. Jim F. writes, the Minnesota Timberwolves ended their coaching search on Thursday by deciding not to hire a head coach. Is there any way this works out for the floundering Minnesota team? This franchise is an absolute joke, right?
Is Taylor now the worst owner now that Sterling's gone in the NBA?
Well, are we just talking about character?
No,
he means like
awful business person.
Yeah. Well, Sterling somehow figured out a way to have a strong enough relationship with his buddy at the commissioner spot to land Chris Paul. So I think he did something right in the business realm.
Well, Taylor, he fired Flip in 2005 as the coach and said that he would not bring him back as a coach after he brought Flip in to run this. Yeah, presidential
he's
whatever.
Basically like he's part owner of the team too, which makes come on now. Executive part owner, and now add to that coach. There is absolutely no way Kevin Love stays now, right? That's exactly what this is, because no coach would come into the situation and go, "Oh, I don't have a guarantee from Kevin Love. Yeah, I'm not staying here. I'm not going."
Yeah, he did lead the Wolves to their last 8 and the only playoff appearances, but that's got to be because he had KG.
I would say, that team was actually pretty good. It was KG, Lester Hudson, Latrell Sprewell. That was a decent team. And he also got forced out, you forget, because Latrell Sprewell and somebody else on the team refused to play under him. And they're like, "Yeah, Flip, you got to go."
Yeah, this is just going to end badly.
Yeah, anytime your players ask you to be removed as the head coach after being there for 10 years, you know something has gone wrong. And I feel like history is going to repeat itself, and Flip Saunders will not be the executive or the head coach at the end of next year. It will not happen.
Strong prediction.
Yeah. I got to be accountable. This might happen in a year from now.
I'm going to write that down.
All right, coming after the break, it's time for MLB Saturday on StarFantasyLeagues.com. You listen to the Star Fantasy League Show on 105.5 The Team.
Play fantasy sports for cash prizes. Join the top daily and weekly fantasy leagues in the country at StarFantasyLeagues.com. Now, back to the Star Fantasy League Show with Jonathan, Zach, and Nick. Only on The Team.
All right, for the last time this week, voiceover guy, you are absolutely wrong. We're back on the Star Fantasy League Show with Jonathan, Nick, and Jason Gringer.
What's it going to take to get him to say my name?
You got to say it like Beyonce.
Say my name.
There we go. See, you're getting it. Just get into it a little
I'm
more.
glad
a little
that
more feeling.
Yeah, everybody on the show. I was listening back to an old show to get some clips for some promos, and I heard Zach singing the Landon Donovan "Go Bye Bye" song. That was weird.
Landon, I don't remember.
No, it
how
was
it goes,
he was actually singing "Bye Bye Bye" with Landon stupid things about him. Yeah. It was really weird.
I did not hear that.
It got out. Oh, you'll hear it. I may have put that in the drops for future promos to listen to on 105.5 The Team. So if you're listening to random other shows on the network, first off, don't do that. Listen to our show. Only our show. On a loop for 24 hours straight. No, that's weird.
Say our name.
We appreciate any listen that you give us.
Yep, and tweet us at SFL Show because we love hearing from you. It's great. All right, let's. What we're gonna do for Saturday is, since there are I think 7 games. Mm-hmm. 7 games. We're going to break down pitchers into 3 tiers, which is what we like to do. We split them up by price, and we're going to go over which pitcher in each tier we would actually pick. This doesn't mean these are the 3 pitchers we'd put on our team, but these are the best options for the price. You guys ready? All right, tier 1 for Saturday includes Chris Sale, John Lester, Max Scherzer, Tim Hudson, and Sonny Gray. These are all really, really expensive pitchers. Chris Sale is over $21,000 right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a broad range, so just keep in mind Chris Sale, $21,000, and Sonny Gray rounds it out at $15,000 and a half-ish.
But they're all considered pretty much ace.
They're basically considered in the ace category. I mean, I just have kind of a rule. I don't really take a pitcher that's over $20,000. So a guy like Darvish tonight or Cueto, and then Chris Sale tomorrow. It kind
of kills the rest of your team.
It really does, and I think you can hope for a higher ceiling if you can fit in a couple of big bats there. Obviously when a pitcher's on the mound, he's got the ball. He's the one kind of controlling the game, and he has the most opportunity to score. But $21,000, that's a lot. I think you can get a lot more value for that.
Yeah, he has been absolutely dominant.
He has.
In his 3 starts off the DL, he's thrown 18 innings, only allowed 3 hits, 1 walk, and 1 run with 23 strikeouts. But I would use slight caution, as the Angels are pretty good against left-handed pitching. They're 5th highest weighted on-base average. So
yes,
yeah, definitely.
I think I'll be fading Sale tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think that's pretty smart, because generally you're going to assume someone who's not doing that much research goes, "Oh, it's Chris Sale, cool." That's probably a good idea. I honestly would.
Even though I probably won't be picking any Angels guys either.
No. Yeah, that's a game in general. I think I'm fading for the most part.
I think I get what you're saying. Basically, you're hoping for, if you put a guy like that in, you're hoping for 12 to 15 points.
Yeah.
That's not something I think you can really look for tomorrow. Angels have a good offense. I don't know. We'll see.
A guy that I am looking at to get some nice points is Tim Hudson for San Francisco Giants.
Boy.
He's my guy in this category.
You guys love him
too.
Yeah.
You guys love him. The only thing that backs me off is that he doesn't have very high strikeout numbers, and for a guy at this price, I feel like you have to have the strikeouts there.
I mean, you do have to have some strikeouts, but again, he is facing the Mets, who are top 10 in strikeout percentage as a team. Hudson is much better at home in AT&T Park, which is definitely going to help him out in this situation.
Yeah, his last 2 starts coming off a mild hip strain injury. He's thrown 14 innings, 0 runs, 9 hits, 2 walks, 11 strikeouts. So, and the Mets are 26th in the majors against right-handed pitching.
He's old, though, too.
So?
He's old.
That's the worst excuse to not pick a
pitcher.
He's too old. My God, you are just awful.
He's the man.
All right, is there anybody else? Who is your top guy in this?
I like John Lester. Again, I love him. He is
pick.
No, it is not a hometown pick. He has still been producing, still returning value. He's great against Detroit. He does a very good job against Detroit. It's like he looks over at the other the other dugout. He sees Max Scherzer there, and it's like he just rises to the challenge.
Yeah, but he's faced Detroit once this year, got 6 fantasy points. But Max Scherzer has faced Boston once this year, 10 fantasy points.
Okay, but I mean, you saw the game.
Nice.
That was a 1-0 game. So I mean, it could have gone the other way just as easily.
In Scherzer's last 19 innings pitched, he's allowed 16 earned runs.
That's
the
dirty.
Cy Young winner from last year has been getting knocked around quite a bit.
Yeah, honestly, I have Tim Hudson as a far and away number 1 here, and I'm probably getting my other 2 pitchers from different tiers.
Yeah,
I like Sonny tomorrow. Sonny Gray actually looks
really?
okay. I mean, his price got up there, and I just feel like this is a better matchup for him. I really do.
I don't like the at Baltimore part of it.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup. He's still a good pitcher. I just don't think I'll be taking him tomorrow.
Yeah, all right. So we basically kind of agree on Tim Hudson. You like John Lester, Nick.
Love him.
All right, so let's move on to Tier 2. Only 3 people in this tier. It's Andrew Cashner, Irvin Santana, and Bartolo Colon. I personally am only looking at one guy in this category, and the other 2 I will throw away, and it's Andrew Cashner.
He's my guy in this tier as
Okay,
well.
why are we picking that? I'm glad that we disagree on the 3rd tier because I don't like agreeing with you.
Okay.
It's not good.
We'll get
so
to that.
Let me know, why do you like Andrew Cashner as much as I do?
Well, he's facing the Nationals. It's in San Diego. It's his first start coming off the DL, so I don't think I'm going to be taking him tomorrow. I'll use a little caution. I'm probably not taking anybody from this tier. Irvin Santana has just been bad lately.
Yeah, he has.
Being
He's been
really
reeling.
good.
He started out really well, too. I was taking him all the time, and now, no, thank you.
Yeah, he's allowed 20 runs in his last 23 innings pitched, but I don't know.
I mean, Cashner really does make me nervous coming off the DL. I feel like it's one of those wait and see. But $13,000 for him is actually a really good price. So if you want to roll the dice and some GPPs, maybe some other people are going to back off him too. I've been riding high on Bartolo Colon, but not in this game. This isn't the right matchup for him. They're flying across the country to go to San Francisco. The only thing I will say, there could be an intangible. He did pitch in the Bay Area for a while. Maybe a comfort spot for him. I don't know. He pitched really well for Oakland.
Comfort spot, comfort food to feed his big
Great.
gut.
We have to assume that anywhere that serves comfort food is probably not going to be good for Bartolo Colon. He's just going to be out eating the night before.
Well, so he'll get a good night's sleep.
Too good of a night's sleep. All right, so we're pretty much staying away from this tier, aside from maybe Andrew Cashner if you want to roll the dice. But Tier 3 has got a bunch of people, and I hate almost every one of them.
Really?
I hate a lot of them.
I don't know.
All right, so the tier consists of Wade Miley, Miguel Gonzalez, Matt Shoemaker, Danny Duffy, David Phelps, and Blake Trainin.
So you hate all 6?
I said I hate most of these
You hate
guys.
most of them, okay.
There's a guy that I'm 100% picking and is probably going to be my value play of the day at pitcher is Blake Trainin.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you also on that? Because apparently you agree with everything I've said so far.
I don't mind it just because he's playing the Padres in Petco. One guy I'm looking at in this category is Danny Duffy.
Yeah, I saw you list this, that he was your guy in this category, and it makes zero sense to me. And please smarten me up and tell me why you like him so much.
I don't like him a lot. I'm not saying to take him, but if you had to, he's down there. The Yankees are 18th against left-handed pitching and weighted on-base average this year. The last 4 left-handed starters they went against, they've thrown 28 innings pitched and only 3 earned runs. So the Yankees haven't been doing too good against lefties. He's got 6 starts on the year. In 4 of them, 2 earned runs combined. And those 4, the other 2 starts, went against top-hitting teams against lefties. They allowed 10 runs.
But he's been pitching all season. Why is he still 6,200?
Well, he was in the bullpen for half the year.
Yep.
So that's probably why he's still down there.
All right. I mean, I like Matt Shoemaker in this one. I know that he's going up against Sale, so it's not a good idea, not an ideal situation to get a win in that. But he's been pitching really well, and the Chicago White Sox are the worst team in the league when it comes to striking out. Could be worth value.
See,
he's at 8,200.
This is the weird thing we keep doing with the Chicago White Sox team. They strike out a ton, but they also have these big bats that if they get a hold of one, they're going to put up 6, 7, 8 runs on you.
Yeah, I think they're still like 8th
They're
against
ninth.
right-handed
They're ninth
pitching.
against right-handed pitching. Yeah, this matchup is 8 versus 9 for LA. So
and stack against Wade Miley and Miguel Gonzalez.
You know, I want to stack against Miley too, but he really has been
you've
okay
been
the past
burned
couple of games.
You've been burned.
I've been burned
before.
on everybody lately. Miley, Noesi, everybody's burning
All
me
right,
lately.
don't say that you're going to stack against them. I'll say it.
No,
Don't jinx them.
I like it.
All right.
I like it.
You just jinxed it.
Yeah, I know. All right, so
I jinxed everything. I jinxed the weather in Canandaigua tomorrow too. So
yeah, I know it's. Oh, and also this is the number that I liked about him. Danny Duffy's averaging 1.97 fantasy points per game at home and starts. That's bad.
Okay.
That's
We'll
not
see if he turns it around.
okay.
he should be getting scored on more. His numbers say he should be getting scored on a heck of a lot
That's
more.
why. Yeah,
He's a fly ball pitcher.
He's
too.
one of the worst ground ball percentages I've seen on the season. 30.5%. That's really dirty.
But his fly ball to home run ratio is like 7 or something. 7%.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
so he's just getting
That's
long,
what I mean.
long fly balls.
Exactly. Okay. So there's something's got to happen. Something's got to give.
We gotta move on from the pitchers. We gave you every single pitcher on the list. We like a couple of them. Just gotta put in a nice combination of them. I think you can get some value out of that bottom tier. You just gotta put in the right guys. Not Danny Duffy. Let's get to some stacks. Jason, start us out with a stack that you like on StarFantasyLeagues.com for Saturday.
I just mentioned I'm stacking the Braves against Arizona. Wade Miley's 1-5 with a 6.43 ERA at home this year. The Braves are number 1 in the majors against left-handed pitching. If you look at weighted on-base average, Wade Miley has the 9th highest weighted on-base average against right-handed bats in the NL. He gave up 4 home runs his last start against Cincy, who's one of the worst teams
who's
against
not
left-handed
good.
pitching.
Yeah, not good.
That was a day game because I didn't get to take anybody from Cincinnati.
Lovely.
And,
could you please tell me about these bats for Atlanta again? That they're number 1 against lefties, but the top guys are so high up there in their weighted on-base average. They're like they don't look like real numbers.
Yeah, the guys I'm targeting are 2 through 5 hitters: B.J. Upton, Freddie Freeman, Justin Upton, and Evan Gaddis. Freeman and Upton, Justin have both homered against Miley before. So.
B.J. Upton makes me nervous. He's striking out a ton.
He's a
he
strikeout or a strikeout. That's pretty much his thing.
Yeah, I was looking at Chris Johnson for a value play out of there. If he
that's
starts.
exactly who I have written down. 3,500, 428.
Do we all have the same value play? Because I took Chris Johnson.
No, I don't.
I got more.
Yeah,
I got more up my sleeve.
I may have written that down. No, Chris Johnson, 428 weighted on-base average against lefties, and this is the guy to target if you're going against lefty. It's just
Yeah.
Wade Miley is kind of a dumpster fire.
Well, he loves to give up long ball. That's all.
Yeah, and it's again in Arizona. It's one of those places. There's a pool out there that people like to hit into, so it happens.
Okay. The Dodgers like to jump in that pool as well.
Yeah, Arizona fans do not like that.
Oh.
They are not happy at all. All right, let's move on to a second.
I don't think they're happy about much this year.
That might be true. All right, let's move on to a second stack, Nick.
All right, I'm going to take Oakland at Baltimore.
Surprise, Oakland every day.
Well, the only thing is that we don't know who's going to be pitching. I've seen conflicting reports. I've got Miguel Gonzalez slated
I saw that he
was
pitching something out of the bullpen today in hopes that he would start tomorrow.
So we'll see
There
what
was another
happens.
name I saw, but I didn't actually know who it was.
Oakland's offense is fantastic this year, and I think no matter who starts, I think it's a good situation at Camden Yards.
Yeah.
So I would stack. I mean, it depends on who starts. Jason and I, we were just talking about this, how Oakland, I think, has one of the deepest benches in the entire majors. They can put a lot of guys in the lineup. So if Jaso plays Brandon Moss, Josh Donaldson, and you want Cespedes, Moss, Donaldson, and Cespedes being the more common players.
Yeah, Jaso actually has the highest weighted on base average.
Yeah,
against right-handed
he'll
pitching
probably
in the
play.
A's. So he's definitely playing.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the last stack before we get out of here and put some value plays on you. I am going with the Chicago White Sox against your guy, Matt Shoemaker, because I don't think I'm going to play him.
Have fun.
They are 9th against righties. Jose Abreu, 412 weighted on-base average. He's a little expensive. Get in some lefties. Gillespie, Dunn for some nice little value. Probably going to have some power there. I think he could hit one.
I hope he doesn't.
Well, you're definitely taking Shoemaker, aren't you?
We'll see.
All right, we're coming up after the break, and we are listing off every single one of our top plays for Saturday on StarFantasyLeagues.com. And also the Star Fantasy League show on 105.5 The Team.
You're listening to the Star Fantasy League show. Contact the StarFantasyLeagues.com guys via Twitter at SFL Show.
We're back on the Star Fantasy League show. We're not yet wrapped up because we have to give you our top plays for Saturday on StarFantasyLeagues.com. Remember, this is for Saturday, not today. Don't get these guys in your lineups today because we can't help you. We already gave all the plays. You got to listen 5 days a week. We start off the show each and every day with our lineup breakdown for that day, and then we also break down the next day because, come on, we got to give you as much as we possibly can.
It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Going to be a great weekend of baseball.
And you just jinxed it. Thank you, Rochester. You can blame Nick Steblenko.
He said it twice now, so does that unjinx the first time?
No, it doesn't. All right, Jason, start us off. Give me your top plays for Saturday.
Top hitter of the day. I'm going with Brandon Moss, my Oakland A's.
What a surprise.
So wait, if I go with him, I'm a jerk too. No, you know what? You
he's
can't pick Oakland. Nobody can pick Oakland. Nobody in daily fantasy baseball may ever pick one of the best offenses in the majors.
I agree. Oh, sorry, what?
Well, no. Okay. All right, he's 6 for his last 14 with 3 homers and 7 RBI. He's going against Miguel Gonzalez, we think. He's only 1 for 2 with a walk against him in this career, but he's got a 398 weighted on-base average against right-handed pitching. That's 7th in the AL. His batting average with balls in play is only 267, which is pretty low for – I think it's the lowest for guys in the top 25. So you know that number's going to probably go up. And Camden Yards is a great hitter's park. Gonzalez is a huge fly ball rate.
All right, awesome. give me some pitchers.
Pitchers, Tim Hudson, we already kind of talked about him. Value play of the day, Chris Johnson, we mentioned him as well. So
man, we are just hitting on all cylinders. All right, in the stack, you're probably going
Braves.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, ATL.
All right, well, I have a completely different set of everybody.
Good,
so
perfect.
First batter is going to be Mark Teixeira. I like him against Danny Duffy, and he's actually a pretty affordable big bat. He's under 8,000. Pitcher of the day is going to be John Lester because I think he's the man, and he is my pitching man.
Think he's the man.
He is. He's the man. He's awesome.
He's the man.
Value play of the day, again, if he starts, Alfonso Soriano. He is a lefty specialist, around 4,600, and he usually bats 6th in the order. And I'm going to stack the Oakland A's again for a second day in a row.
Boom.
All right, I am going with something a little different. I did say Blake Trinan was going to be my value pitcher. He's also going to be my top pitcher because I think it's just something different.
He's going to get lit up.
He's 4,500. It might be the worst play. It might also be the best value play. I'm not sure.
We'll see.
My hitter of the day is Justin Upton, not BJ Upton. Do not put in the guy that's really inexpensive and strikes out a lot. Although you could for value if you really wanted to. But my value play, it was Chris Johnson, but I'm going to go with Adam Dunn because I think Adam Dunn has power, has a good matchup against Matt Shoemaker, who's not so good against lefties. So that could be a place to get some nice little value and stack the whole White Sox team. I'm perfectly okay with that.
All right.
Yeah?
I don't agree.
Of course. You just said you love Matt Shoemaker, but anything I say, you got to go, no, I don't like that. No.
Yep, just like you hate the A's. Jason, he hates the A's. That's all there is to it.
I believe I played some Oakland
He
Athletics
hates the
the other
A's.
night.
It's very clear.
It's kind of weird because coming into the season, the A's were really off the radar for everybody in fantasy.
Aren't they always off the radar, though?
They are every year, but this year they've been doing so good, I kind of don't like it.
Why? Oh, you think they're going to taper off?
No, he thinks there's going to be bandwagon jumpers.
Yeah.
Well, just so you know, I lived in Oakland, so I kind of have an in over there.
I know
just
that.
so you know.
So
You kind of have an in. What are you, friends with Josh Reddick?
No, I'm friends with Oakland A's fans, meaning I can be an Oakland
He knows
A's
the
fan.
guy that did Josh Reddick's beard. He sculpts the
Yeah,
beard.
his name's Josh Reddick. He does his own beard.
Do you think he does? Isn't beard gone?
Yeah,
though?
don't you get on Twitter? Don't
it's
you
half
tweet?
gone.
It's half gone.
He's on the DL.
Okay, what does that have to do with his beard?
Well, his beard's half gone, and he's on the DL right
You got to
now.
get on the Twitter,
depressing.
John. You'll see it on the Twitter.
All right, you know what? Get on the Twitter. Tweet us at SFL Show. You get $5 free in your account. You just got to send us your username. It's really, really easy. There are thousands of dollars in guaranteed prize pools every single day. We got free rolls, $50 free roll Tuesday and Thursday. Every other day is a $10 free roll. There's always a lot going on StarFantasyLeagues.com. You guys, we should get started, right?
Yeah,
Free money.
right now.
Yeah, who doesn't love free money? What's wrong with you people?
I do. Can I have some?
I was going to say, you keep doing this every show. I'm
What if
not
I just
giving
tell
you
you my
free
username?
money.
I can just tell you right now.
Not going to happen. And if you're not stacking against Wade Miley tomorrow, you have no chance. Take it easy, guys.